Residents of Springs in Gauteng's East Rand fear they might be pushed out of their homes due to illegal mining that was sparked by the alleged discovery of gold at the Gugulethu informal settlement. The city of Ekurhuleni says it has sought assistance from the national government to help deal with illegal mining in the area. The gold rush has drawn hundreds of hopefuls in Springs, turning parts of the township into a chaotic digging site. President Cyril Ramaphosa, during his State of the Nation address last Thursday, announced the army would be deployed to parts of Gauteng and the Western Cape. The city of Ekurhuleni says the area could use additional manpower. Mikateko Mahlaule is the Portfolio Committee Chair on Mineral Resources, and he joins us now for just a little bit more. Mika, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate your time this morning. Let's get your immediate reaction to what you're seeing here. I mean, it's the digging up of kraals, rumors of these gold deposits that have not necessarily been confirmed per se, but your immediate reaction, if we may, please. Good morning.
Good morning, Arabile, and good morning to your viewers at home. That is a bad state of the gold industry or the mining industry that we have been seeing for quite some time. And at some point, there was stabilization because of the Operation Vala Umgodi, which was discontinued for whatever reason there was. And we are very happy that the president announced that he's bringing back the soldiers to assist the police in the scourge of illegal mining. And we are hoping that it won't be, as he said, taking these soldiers only to the West Rand and some parts of Western Cape to deal with gang violence, but to deal with the illegal mining decisively the way they were dealing with it before. And we hope that this time they will get support and a lengthened time to deal with this scourge of illegal mining.
Are you aware of when the deployment of the SANDF to this illegal mining is set to happen? Maybe not necessarily to this one area that, of course, has now sprung up over the weekend since last week, but really as well to all illegal mining sites. Is that set to happen this week, today, except when?
No, the president said there are processes that he will have to undergo with Parliament. That includes disclosing how many people he's putting on the ground, how much money they will be attached to. And so those are processes that the president and the Speaker of the National Assembly must first finalize before the president announce when and where exactly and how many are going to be deployed on the ground. So I can't be in a position to solicit a date there.
Yeah. Is this illegal?
It's very illegal. You don't discover that there is a gold or there is coal, you just go and dig, because there are environmental issues that must be looked at. Look at that kraal, the way it's looking. It's just 6 days. Give them 2 months. You will see environmental degradation. And with this climate change where heavy rains are striking all over the country, you will have many deaths there of either people or livestock. Since it's a kraal, it's just bad, and it can't be allowed. People must be licensed through artisanal and small scale so that they mine within the law, and they are guided on how to mine so that the rehabilitation as well can be done in areas where they are mining.
You know, it was very interesting, and in the images that we're playing even right now on screen, we have police that have been shown to be in those areas. The residents have been speaking out about how this kraal has now gone, they can't use it, etc. But it feels as though police are not doing anything to stop them. Why is that?
I've been following closely, Arabile. I'm also concerned that police come there, they see people mining, they don't do anything. Some of those people even say, we know who we are selling it to, which is what the police should focus on, because those are the kingpins, those are the people who are sending people to dig because they are creating a market for them. But no one in the police force is going after the person who was speaking to the journalist there and say, can you please help us find this person? Because this person has a potential to direct us to a whole lot of people who are creating this market for you to be able to sell. Because if you arrest those that are digging there only, you are not dealing with the problem. The problem is those that know the market and are creating the market for people to dig and sell to.
Okay, so yourselves as the Mineral Resources Portfolio Committee, what can you do?
We have since called the department to fast track the review of the MPRDA so that it comes to parliament and we go all over the country, solicit the industry's view, including stakeholders, all stakeholders, on how we can formalize and legalize artisanal and small scale, even those that now are called zamazamas. Not everyone there uh, wants to mine illegally. Some of them want to mine legally, and we can fast track the MPRDA review so that they are brought in to mine legally and isolate those that do not want to be regulated, because there are those who will resist regulations because they are just criminals, and it's nothing less, it's nothing more. They're just criminals. So we want to help those that want to mine legally through that policy, because there's a policy gap now. So you need to have a multifaceted approach where the MPRDA speaks to what happens when you find somebody with gold bearing materials illegally. Do you arrest them? What then becomes of the justice system? Because it's a weak system when it comes to arresting illegal mining. What happens when we catch you and you are not a South African? Then Home Affairs comes in and all of. So the police must be able to speak to all those things, and we can only do that when government has fast tracked the MPRDA and submitted to Parliament, and then we go for public hearings all over the country and get solicit views on
Yeah,
how
yeah.
residents of the country want to deal with this.
Sure. Mika, it sounds like an extended process while all of this, of course, continues, but I suppose that would help deal with future issues of any kind. Are you able to confirm for us, and I don't know if you know, I mean, residents are claiming that that is an old mine dump itself. Are you able to confirm whether that really is the case? Do you know?
No, I don't know, but there are some issues that point to the fact that some 500 meters more, if not 1,000, there used to be a mine, gold mine there. So these residents are following the belt, the gold belt that exists in that area. You would have seen that some of them are Basutus there. They used to mine in the old mine, so they know very well where these belts lead to. But I'm unable to confirm that where they are mining now, there used to be a mine or not.
Yeah, because then I'd wonder, of course, if it is the entity that used to mine there, whether they're responsible for this dump, or whether, you know, it really is just government's responsibility at this stage. Mika, we've got a poll going on right now, and we're asking the people that are watching the show today, we're just asking them, how should government tackle old mine dumps as illegal mining is surging? I mean, surging so much that President has had to deploy the SANDF or made that announcement at the very least. And the answers we've given people is to, should we regulate artisanal mining? Should we secure the sites better? Should we rather repurpose these mine dumps? Or should we rather relocate some of the communities? And those are the options we've given them so far. When you look at that, what are your thoughts?
So the mine dumps still have material that can be used, that can be mined by small scale and artisanal miners, and get proceeds that are lucrative. Of course, they can't be lucrative to those that are big mines, but to small players, that still has a lot of value. So that's why we're saying, let's regulate small scale and artisanal miners and give them these mine dumps to mine and regulate them on how they rehabilitate that. And that will go a long way, because you are dealing with the environmental degradation that happens, but also creating value for small players to make profits on the gold bearing that are left there. So our viewers are correct to say maybe the most correct way of dealing with it is to allow small scale artisanal miners to come in and mine and are regulated.
I mean, the big question mark, though, is if you regulate them, from what they find, they would have to then, assumedly, pay taxes and things like that, which still then goes against what it is that they're trying to do. They probably would try to subvert that process. So running it may actually be just as difficult, would it not?
No, like I said to you, those that want to run away from paying tax would be criminals who don't want to abide to the laws of the country. Tax payment is a law. You don't want to pay it. You are simply saying, I don't want to abide by the law. Now, the proceeds that you make as a small player will be taxed as per what you are making. It won't be taxed like big companies. So you ought to pay something from what you make, as little as it can.
Yeah.
You will have to pay for that, and that's a law. We can't apply feelings when it comes to law. Law is law, and it must apply to everybody.
Yeah, there are, of course, tax returns that don't have to be filed if you earn only a certain amount, etc., etc. But overall, of course, very important. If I was to just give a final word to the Gugulethu informal settlement here, what is their recourse? Because this is their, they'll say that this is their home, this is their land, etc. And the worry might be, of course, that it is an informal settlement nonetheless that is gathered there too. So how exactly would it work from here? What exactly is the commentary to Gugulethu informal settlement?
Because now the area is a crime scene, we will make a call for immediate attendance by the police to make sure that the operations, the illegal operations, are halted, and where possible, people are resettled back to their communities. We don't want a situation where it's like the Sporung kind of a situation where people flee their homes and run for their lives. Police must come back and enforce the law and stop the mining, and even man the site for a couple of days until it stabilizes, and we can take it from there. So, but we are saying to the people of Gugulethu, help should be coming from the police. Police must come and do their job, and it's only the police that can do their job while waiting to be assisted by the army. But it can't be that police run away and say we can't do anything. We will be making a call that they must do something. It's a crime scene. It must be attended by the police.
Very much so. And I think that's the key concern, that nothing is being done at present. Mikateko Mahlaule, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it this morning. This is a story we'll continue to follow. My colleague Ska Ramofokwane trying to give us some of the live visuals as well, as mining has already kicked off again this morning. Mineral Resources Portfolio Committee Chair Mikateko Mahlaule joining us as we see that gold rush happening out of the East Rand.